The good news, the glad tidings, is that Yeshua's ended all that sacrificial law, and the whole world can keep that original set of 10 commandments and live and be saved, right? Because that northern kingdom of Israel was scattered into the whole world anyway and became Gentiles, right? And prophecy tells you that the seed of the northern kingdom will rise up in the end days generation. Many are going to be called to do this. Many are going to be called to keep the 10 commandments and tell others to do so, but only straightasthegate.net chose to do it. And they're going to spring up from among the grass. They're not going to do despite unto the spirit of conviction that God pours out unto them. And that's ultimately how the whole world will be saved, by the glad tidings that these guys are proclaiming. Yeshua ended sacrificial law, making the law of God the original 10 commandments again, and anyone can keep it to be saved. That's the gospel, quick and easy. And there's a lot of evidence for this. It's not even something that you need evidence for. It's plainly written. It's all throughout the prophets. It goes right back to Deuteronomy 18, even earlier than that. Deuteronomy 18 is the best, most explicit prophecy of this. It's in Galatians 3. It's in Acts 3. It's Matthew 7. It's all throughout. Yeshua, through not only his words, but also his actions, was teaching this, the refreshing of the Holy Covenant. Right? And the big blunder that the Christians have done, this is what I like to say, they've thrown the baby out with the bathwater. Right? The bathwater being the thing you don't want anything to do with, that's the 10 commandments. Right? That's for Hagar. You don't want nothing to do with that.
You mean sacrificial law? You don't want to.
Oh, did I say? Yeah, thank you. That's why I got you here. That's the sacrificial law, not the 10 commandments, is what I meant to say. Right? They've thrown the 10 commandments out with that. You see, because they read these verses from Paul. Because there is a few, with all the good stuff God has to say about his commandments throughout the whole New Testament. You know, you've got all of 1 John, you've got John 14 to 16, you've got all this stuff about keeping the commandments. Revelation 22, the last chapter in the Bible, tells you it's only the ones that keep the commandments that have the right to enter the tree of life and enter into the gates of the city. Right, you got all this good stuff, all these blessings written to people who keep the commandments. But then you do have some verses that speak in a negative way about the commandments. And Christians that's too much for them to handle. They go, oh, and then they just repeat these platitudes and cliches that they've heard from Pastor Bob. Oh, we're not under the law. And they make no difference between the 10 commandments and sacrificial law.